I knew I had something there and I'd done what I wanted to do in coaching. I borrowed a javelin and was up at Matodi Bay throwing the javelin at low tide and sort of had an epiphany. And so I was sort of drawn into the Paralympic movement a lot more. And I wanted it. I wanted that idea of whether I could, you know, be a Paralympian first off, and then whether I could be a champ or not. The pentathlon allowed you to sort of have 5 events in one day. Once the final draw had been set up, that event was withdrawn. They need 6 athletes to constitute the event. New Zealand put in an opportunity for me to do 5 events individually and put me in each of the 5 events.
I went through the excitement of knowing I went in the second spot. Then the guy got hold of a good throw. He put it out just 2 centimetres past, you know. And from what the other people had been doing, we thought that, you know, that was it. And so what happens is an Argentinian guy gets up there and throws one out of the blue. So I guess it's 4th by 2 centimetres.
The javelin didn't go quite so well. I got blitzed on the track, but I got to meet these top performing athletes and I thought, these guys are pretty special, you know, the ones who are at this high end. So I connected with them and yeah, it laid a seed for me to carry on, really. We were quite confident in Atlanta. Yeah, we got there and I threw well and I broke the world record. And I got a silver, but, you know, happy to have sort of reached the top. And in 2000, you know, I was like, what am I going to do? I really want Sydney to be my pinnacle. I think the 3rd Paralympics is usually the best of most people that stick with it. Peter Martin was there, and he and I had sort of been like this in our careers. When I got to Sydney, I felt very confident. Peter is a fantastic athlete, driven, really driven, and so he helped me to really, you know, maximise my potential. In the 800 in Sydney, where, you know, I said to Pete, what do you think? Do you want to do this together? Because we were 2 world-class athletes. I pretty much already had the gold medal wrapped up. I think I was 500 points ahead. So that's like a minute he had to beat me by, and I was in lane 1. We break, we take off, and Peter decided he was going to tear off and gave me the come on, Mac, and off we went. Peter just stays in front of me, and we've got about 300 to go, and I think he ran out of steam. And I tried to go around him, and we collided.
Oh, we've got somebody on the wrong side of the curb.
And that is Peter Martin.
Martin, who led, is now well off the pace.
You see where he just got wedged off the edge of the track there, and he is stuck right now. And as you know, when you don't have the power in the upper part of the body, it takes you longer to get started again and begin the whole process, and it cost him a great number of points. I wonder if MacCallan, after all his effort today, has a chance to be disqualified.
Word came through that I was disqualified from the 800. It was sort of not how my pentathlon at the Paralympics was meant to be after waiting 8 years from Barcelona. But when they tallied all the points up, I was still good for the gold. I'm really proud of it, you know, because I know what went into it. The whole stadium stops. So that's, you know, you have your moment. More emotions than you can really describe. My family was there. But yeah, my legacy hopefully is that I just would like to think that I contributed to the movement. I was a champion, really, and